this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no one.
a second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. 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 I'd buy that for $1.
Hi. This is Septum Sin versus the world, and I have no idea what happened to Septum.
Wow.
Oh, Grumpy Cat ate him.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So, are you going to give us all the videos, Grumpy Cat?
Wow.
Okay. Go for it.
Well, on with the show.
Okay. I guess that means I'm going first. So, there's a lot coming out this week, and there's pretty good assortment of stuff, so let's roll that footage.
Wake up in the morning and I don't know what to do. Down on my luck, but I can always count on you. I got a handful of quarters, a pocket full of nothing. Oh yeah, I got a handful of quarters, a pocket full of nothing. Flip a 20 from the mob, that's the last of the afternoon. Double jack and hang on my last quarter. Way too soon, I got a handful of quarters, a pocket full of nothing. Oh yeah, I got a handful of quarters and a pocket full of nothing. Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, asteroids. Gotta ask my mom. I got a handful of quarters and a pocket full of nothing. Oh yeah, I got a handful of quarters and a pocket full of nothing. Oh yeah, I got a handful of quarters and a pocket full of nothing. Handful of quarters, a pocket full of nothing. Go! Lester says, skate or die. And Lester says, skate or die. I wanna get rid of any, yes, so I can't be in them all. Downhill jam, downhill race, freestyle high jump, pool joust. And Lester says, skate or die. Lester says, skate or die. Ride me, pointing to the street, 'cause I want to skate or die. I jump, watch me rock a deep head, 7'3", yeah, no one beats me. Lester says, skate or die. And Lester says, skate or die. Says, hey man,
All right. What do you think of those? Okay. So, on that note, let's start with some of this week's releases. Now we hear another cat in the background. Speaking of, I guess Carpy knew what I was about to talk about. He wanted to make sure we heard the sound of his voice. There seems to be a spate of documentaries about very famous and talented people who are either recently passed or dealing with some sort of ailment or another or what have you. And one that is coming out this week is a documentary called Linda Ronstadt, The Sound of My Voice. Miss Ronstadt, of course, has recently stopped altogether performing. I think Parkinson's is the reason why. I grew up, I had her greatest hits. I grew up, You're No Good is still one of my favorite songs, and there's some really good stuff there. So I'm curious about this. I want to see this one. Okay.
Well, well,
Hairball?
there's this one about Anne Bancroft.
Mm-hmm.
And has a collection out. And, it's got some movies on it.
I would think so.
Movies like Don't Bother to Knock, Miracle Worker, Pumpkin Eater, Pumpkin, The Graduate, Fatso, you calling me fat? You calling me fat?
No.
Okay. Alright, To Be or Not to Be, and let's read that one.
Agnes of God.
That's what I thought. And 84 Charming Crossroads.
Charing Cross.
Yeah, whatever. They're movies. This collection here. Hey, what's up?
Hey, fool.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
So, you might want to look at those. Miracle Worker's good.
Mm-hmm.
Teaches somebody to not see and hear. Something like that.
I still need to see that one.
Yeah.
Of course, The Graduate is a classic, and To Be or Not to Be is a Mel Brooks film. It's a lot of fun. Miss Bancroft, if I recall correctly, was married to Mel Brooks for many years.
And this collection back here, there's a couple of those.
Yep. I want this. It's a shout release, so it's going to be cool. Yeah. All right. I guess I'm going to have to wrest control of this for a couple of them just to get moving. We got a couple of anime releases this week. And, you know, since obviously everything animated is for kids, you know. But we have Funimation is doing an Essentials release of The Disastrous Life of Saiki K and a Classics release of Snow White with the Red Hair. Both of these are series I really want to see. I really want to get... I've actually come close to getting Snow White with the Red Hair because it has been at a reasonable price recently, but it hasn't yet been at the price so it's like I must get. They will be good. It will be good to get them.
Saitama would kick all their asses.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the next one is a film by a dear friend of mine, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a true story about the glories and wonder of Hollywood. It's a feel-good comedy and musical. You should see it. Bring all the kids. Grumpy Cat. Has told you about it.
Disclaimer, his good friend is Quentin Tarantino.
Acclaimed child director.
Anyway, another one that's coming out is one that I've been curious about for some time, but I've not yet seen it. But it's getting an Arrow release, and Arrow typically does some pretty interesting stuff. And it's a movie called The Limits of Control that has a fascinating cast. Tilda Swinton, Bill Murray, Gael Garcia Bernal, John Hurt. For the cast alone, it's worth looking at.
Color me impressed.
Yeah, obviously. Throw this at me. Why would you throw this movie?
It's an anime.
Yeah,
Therefore,
it's
it's
awesome.
for kids.
Yes, because most kids will want to watch a retrospective about an aging woman talking about her past through movies.
Every day.
Yes.
This is shown in every elementary school in Japan for grade schoolers age 4 and up. Mandatory viewing.
Just like Perfect Blue, right?
No, it's a little bit older, age 8.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, Millennium Actress is an awesome movie. And who's spearheading? Is this a shout release? I think it is.
I think so.
And they also had I think they had a new English dub, and they released it to theaters briefly. I wish I could have gone to see that, but
Next, they need to do Paranoia Agent.
yes. This is by the late, great Satoshi Kon, and yes, Paranoia Agent would be a great follow-up. Next up, what at a glance would look like it's on the opposite end of the scale, but this film is actually garnering Oscar talk, is the film Hustlers, which apparently Jennifer Lopez has impressed people in a way she never has before. Go figure. I've always thought she's a decent actress, not a great musician, but a decent actress. But she has gotten a lot of buzz for this movie, and it's supposed to be pretty good, so looking forward to it.
Well, Hustler is a decent magazine.
Yes, I'm sure it's the same thing.
Yeah, for kids.
You know, for kids.
In any case, acclaimed child's author Stephen King has put out the second of the It movies. As we know, because it has child actors in it, it
Yes,
is
the
a
stars
child
of the movie. The stars of the movie are kids.
This time
And a
it's
clown.
It's a bunch of adults. And it's kind of boring. Especially compared to the first one. Matter of fact, I would recommend you skip it. This idiot is going to likely collect the Steelbook.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of steelbooks. I did get one over the weekend, but I don't know about with it. Because steelbook doesn't float, and this is supposed to float. They all float down there. Anyway, I think the last couple we're going to talk about this week, of course, Criterion has a couple coming out. There's a film, I cannot remember the director offhand, but it's her debut film, if I remember correctly, called Old Joy, that I believe is about 90 minutes long-ish. And there's a Wim Wenders film called Until the End of the World that's almost 5 hours long. So they're kind of going at different ends of the scale there in terms of and obviously I'm sure Grumpy Cat would love to sit and watch a 5-hour movie.
He's never going to get them all. He's going to try, but he's going to fail.
Yes. Well, maybe not until the end of the world, but it will happen.
You didn't hear that.
I see. I bet I didn't hear that either. Alright. Does that do it? Do you have any more, Grumpy Cat?
Well, I came down here from my place in heaven, which is boring, by the way, to spend Christmas in this beautiful DVD room.
Ah.
But I also wanted to welcome my friend, Little Bub, to join me. We're going to the bar later tonight. God bless you, little bub. You're gonna be happier. Even though it's a lame fest over here, it's much nicer up there.
Alright. So, definitely like, subscribe, and all that. And we will see you with the next video. Bye.